And here we are, Balmora. So many memories. So many memories. There's a river running through the middle with some bridges over it. And some buildings that you can see. Some people up on the roof up there, look. Right, let's go down and find what we've got. So there'll be lots more shops and so on here. Ooh, whoops, I was meant to go to the side. This is the Council Club. Let's go in the first place we find.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Slalu. How can I serve you? Someone in particular. I mind my own business. Why don't you mind yours, Outlander? We can ask about Outlanders. An Outlander is anyone born and raised outside of Morrowind. You. And the Kimono Tong doesn't like Outlanders. Thanks for asking. Okay, what have we got for services? Ask around like everyone else. South Wall? That's where the Thieves Guild scum hang out. Because that's where we're meant to ask about Caius Casades, right? The South Wall. Specific place. I'm not here to give you directions, Outlander. Go ask your friends. Okay, fine. He's not talking to us. We got here. Let's talk to the guy behind the bar. Good day, I'm Banor Seran, publican of the Council Club here in Balmora. We rent beds, and I have a limited selection of goods for barter. If you're new here, I can also tell you where to look for other services, or a specific place nearby. If you're looking for someone in particular, I may be able to help. Someone in particular, I mind my own business. Specifically, yeah, okay. So you can't, actually. So we can rent a bed here, though. That's good to know. Francine will be looking out for somewhere where she can rent a bed, because...
Tell your friends about this place.
Yeah, how everyone's really grumpy. So I think this might be a Kimono Tong place. I don't think we're going to try talking to everybody there. What else have we got? The Lucky Lockup. Let's see if these guys are any more friendly. Ulumer. This is a more
yes, Breton?
kind of
What
mixed
do you
race
want?
sort of environment. Hello, Lady Francine Monteau. I'm Kulumer, and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? Balmora. Okay, Balmora is the council seat of Great House Hlalu and the largest town on Vardenfell, except for Vivec City. Located on the Odai River, down the middle, sitting astride the Aldrun-Vivec Road, so that's Vivec in the south and Aldrun in the north, Balmora is an important mercantile and trade and travel centre. Hightown is the administrative centre, with the temple and manor houses. The shops, guilds and trade houses of the commercial district are north of the river. Labour Town's modest corner clubs and homes are south of the river. Alright, so Francine's thinking, I really want to hang out in the commercial district. Shops and guilds and trade houses sounds much more interesting than the Labour Town. Latest rumours. People don't realise how deeply the Dark Elves resent the occupation. The real powers behind the Hlalu Council, Orvas Dren and his Kimono Tong syndicate, nurse those ancient resentments. So Kimono Tong is what the guy in the Council Club just mentioned. We should find out more about that. They haven't a chance of challenging Imperial authority now, but if the stability of the Empire were threatened, for example if the legions were recalled because of some problem with the Septim succession, Dren and the Tong might move openly to drive the Imperials out of Morrowind. Kimono Tong. The Kimono Tong is an old criminal syndicate here in Morrowind, and as everyone around here knows, there's a gang war between the Thieves Guild and the Kimono Tong. In Balmora, the Kimono Tong hangs out over at the corner club called the Council Club. Okay, that's where we just tried to go. So Francie's like, oh yeah, I'm glad we didn't stay there too long. Watch yourself if you go in there, they're not very nice people. No, they really weren't, were they? Latest rumours. Little advice. Outlanders new in Vardenfell do best in Balmora. House Hlalu is Imperial through and through, and you get a good mix of native and Imperial people and services. Not as friendly to Outlanders up north in House Redoran country, or down in Big Vivec City, and definitely not friendly out east with the Telvanni Wizards. Shop the outfitters, then check out the guilds for work. if you want to be adopted by a great house, you'll need a patron, and that's easier when you've got a reputation. So basically that's the summary of how the kind of the non-main quest parts of the game go down. We'll find some guilds. Hopefully there's a mages guild in Balmora, because Francine's real wish is to learn more about her magic. And at the moment she has no interest in being adopted by a great house. Okay, what else? Latest rumours? We've seen that. Little secret. We know that. Services? Aha, go to Hlalu Council Manor for House Hlalu services. Temple faithful go to the Balmora Temple. Outlanders go to Fort Moonmoth for the Imperial Legion and the Imperial Cult, southeast of town. Try Balmora Fighters Guild or Balmora Mages Guild. Yes, there is a Mages Guild! So I don't even know whether she'd have known that the mages were in guilds in Morrowind or not, but certainly this is exactly where she wants to go. So she's got orders from the Emperor, and because the Bretons are fairly well adjusted to the Empire, if she's got orders for the Emperor, she's going to do those first, but then she's going straight to the Mages Guild. Morag Tong offers services. Better shops are in Hightown on the hill, plenty of merchants in the commercial district east of the river, and a few traders in Labour Town west of the river. Services, yeah. Balmora Mages Guild, tell us about that. The Mages Guild is west of the river, one street up from the waterside, by the open plaza just north of the Siltstrider port. If you're planning on trying to join the Mages Guild, you want to talk to Ranis Athris, the Guild Steward. So west of the river is in the Labour Town. Right, thank you, you've been very helpful. Where's the innkeeper? This looks like an inn, doesn't it? It's not going to be you. Just want to see if there's anywhere around here we can get a bed. Maybe it is. Maybe this isn't an inn. Who knows? Hello! Greetings, citizen. I'm Hikim. This town is Balmora, council seat of House Hlalu. We're loyal citizens of the Empire and proud of it. Well, most of us anyway. So, you're looking for someone in particular? You're looking for services? Is there some specific place you'd like to visit? Would you like me to tell you about my trade? Specific place. Balmora's a big town. Think in terms of districts. Hightown, on the hill to the west, has the temple, Hlalu Council Hall, rich manors, better shops, and the Morag Tong. The commercial district just west of the river has the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild, shops and inns. Labour Town, east of the river, where the commoners and poor live, has only the South Wall Corner Club. So that's the one we want, isn't it? Fort Moonmoth, southeast of town, houses the Legion Garrison and the Imperial Cult. Roads lead to Pelagiad, Seydanine and Vivek. Siltstrider service goes to Seydanine, Aldrun, Suran and Vivek. Roads north lead to Caldera and Aldrun. Guild guides at the Mages Guild can teleport you to Aldrun, Vivek, Caldera and Sadrith Mora for a fee. Klar Ode is southwest on the coast. There's no trail, and it's easy to get lost. The only route to Ghost Gate is via Foyada Mamaya. Right, I think poor old Francine's getting a little bit lost in information. We're not going to ask all of these things now. I hesitate because they'll get recorded in our journal. So if we do ask them, then we'll have the things available for later. But I think we can only take on so much information. Ask about the South Wall. South Wall is a working class corner club in Balmora, east of Odai River, on the south end of Labour Street, owned by Bakola Kloskius. Bakola Kloskius is the owner and proprietor of South Wall, a working class Balmora corner club east of the Odai River. So we asked about services, didn't we? No, we didn't. Okay, what services? These are the ones we've seen before. We should ask about the Morag Tong, what they are. The Morag Tong is the ancient traditional assassins guild of the Dunmer. We provide 3 varieties of execution: public, private and house war. We only recruit candidates of proven skill and honour, and only Grandmaster Eno, Hlalu and Vivek can authorise new members to join the Morag Tong. Okay, I don't think we're going to be joining the traditional Assassins Guild quite
You've
yet.
got my ear, let's hear it.
So strange this place, far from the marsh.
Right, so let's now go. Pretty sure it was the... Here we are. Find out where Kais Casades lives. I should ask at Balmora in the corner club called South Wall. Okay. And South Wall, we just find out, is east of Odai River on the south end of Labour Street, owned by Bacula Clostius. Right. So, the river's over here. This is... So we're on the west side now. So we need the east side of the river, south end of Labour Street. Here we go. So this is the riverside, I'm guessing. So I don't think there are any street names. So if we say this is probably Labour Street through here, and what's this going to be? South Wall Corner Club, there you go, good directions. Let's see if we... Well, we had to ask around in here, didn't we? It didn't say to ask...
What's your story?
Nice humming, Sotilda. So, your name is Lady Francine Monteau, and you're new here in Balmora? Well, my name is Sotilda, and I don't mind answering questions. I have nothing else on my mind right now. If I start to bore you about Morrowind lore, just let me know. Can you tell us about Caius Cassades? Yeah. That old Sugartooth? I'm not sure where he's living now, but ask Bacula Clostius, the owner. He'll know. Okay, so where's Bacula Clostius? Oh, our athletics skill increased to 6. Sugarlips Habassi.
What do you want?
Sotilda mentioned sugar. Maybe she knows where Caius Cassades is. Are you looking for me? You want to join the Thieves Guild? No. No, not really. We're just looking for Caius Cassades at the moment. I feel a bit bad about skipping all these conversations. We're going to have to come back maybe... Going to have to find a way of kind of slowly doing them, because I don't want to just sit here and read them at you.
The blue plates are nice, but the brown ones seem to last longer.
I see. I don't want to just sit and read for the whole stream, but at the same time, there is some good information on lore, and I do want to get through it in the end. So maybe... I'll have a think. Maybe we can somehow set aside a time to come back to some of these places and talk to them.
It suffers
Veronia, only he stands there. Tapius Estraeus. So the owner is not here. Maybe he is upstairs.
It suffers wounds.
Arathor. Sotilda, I'm going to go back
Head on.
briefly and take a screenshot of the fact that she's got Morrowind lore. So I think I need to start making notes. I haven't worked out exactly how yet, but I'll go through these screenshots after stream and...
I'm listening.
Ah, Bacula Clostius. Of course, you're just randomly sat upstairs. But yeah, I want to go through and pay attention to the lore, and I need to work out how to do that. Good day. I'm Bacula Clostius, publican of the South Wall here in Balmora. We rent beds, and I have a limited selection of goods for barter. If you're new here, I can also tell you where to look for other services, or a specific place nearby. If you're looking for someone in particular, I may be able to help. Caius Cassades. Old Caius rents a little bed and basket just up the hill on the north end of town. Go out the front door, not the upper door to the terrace, then right up the stairs, then left at the top of the stairs and down to the end of the street. Front door, right up the stairs, left at the top of the stairs. Thank you. Front door, right up the stairs here, left at the top of the stairs, and right to the end of the street. So we'll just do this little errand for the Emperor, Francine's thinking, and then I get to find out more about my magic. That's what she's thinking. Oh, hello, sir. He's doesn't look quite as well dressed, but he's pretty buff. Go on.
You want something, friend?
Yes, Caius Cassades. What? Yes, I'm Caius Cassades. But what do you mean you were told to report to Caius Cassades? What are you talking about? So, you say your name is Lady Francine Monteau, and you've been told to report to me and deliver me a package. Perhaps you'll let me look at it? We have the options of yes or no. Yes, of course we will. The Emperor told us to. Yes, very interesting. So, it says here, the Emperor wants me to make you a novice in the blades. And that means you'll be following my orders. Are you ready to follow my orders, Lady Francine Monteau? So I guess she has no choice. The Emperor has told her to come here. So yes, she will follow his orders, although she's a bit annoyed because what she really wanted to do was go to the Mages Guild and find out how magic works. But yes, if the Emperor says, then that's what we'll do. Good. Welcome to the service, novice Lady Francine Monteau. Now you belong to the Blades. We're the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces. You can use my bed if you need to rest, but leave my personal stuff alone unless I say otherwise. I think, sir, we might be taking a room at the inn. If you like, you can improve your modest skills with our Blades trainers now. Modest skills, rude. Or if you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away, but don't forget to visit the Blades trainers. Okay, Blades trainers. These Blades agents offer training. Not free, of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for Rithleen, Tyre Malin, and Ninetoes here in Balmora. In Caldera, see Suren Leorian. In Aldrun, see Gildan Sjorvar Horsemouth. Oh, sorry, in Aldrun, see Gildan. Sjorvar Horsemouth lives in a hut west of Aldrun, and Ilone the Scout can be found at Aril's trade house. We already talked to Ilone. Is he going to tell us what they train in? Warrior Rithleen lives 2 houses south upstairs. Healer Tyre Malin lives 2 houses south downstairs. Ninetoes. To get to Hunter Ninetoes, leave my door facing south, blah blah. Okay. In Caldera, see Suran Leoriani. Mage. Okay, so this is what Francine was hoping for, that one of them would be a mage trainer. So, Mage Suran Leoriani is in Caldera, the next town north. Her half-timber and stone house, north, sits between the twin towers of the North Gate and the Governor's Hall. Okay, so that's somewhere else we can go. Francine's ears perked up at that. There's a mage trainer in the Blades, so that means also that the Blades might have some magery to do. Who else? Let's just make sure we know all the people. Gildan, Nightblade Gildan lives in Aldrun. Sjorvar Horsemouth. Master-at-Arms Sjorvar Horsemouth lives in a Gwar herder's hut in the middle of nowhere in the west of Caldera. I've only been there once and couldn't give you directions. Go look for him if you feel like a little hike. No. But Caldera now on our list of places to go. So that's the Blades trainers, and he had orders for us as well. First thing, Pilgrim. You're new and you look it. Here's 200 drakes. Wow. Go get yourself a decent weapon or armor or a spell. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Aha. Around here, freelance adventurer is a common profession. Sign on with the Fighters Guild or Mages Guild or Imperial Court or a Cult or Imperial Legion. Advance in the ranks, gain skill and experience. Or go out on your own. Look for freelance work or trouble. Now when you're ready, come back and I'll have orders for you. Alright, tell us about the Mages Guild. That's going to be our cover identity then. So now we have... This is exciting for Francine because now she's got an excuse. The Emperor, for reasons that she still doesn't understand, is telling her to do what this guy says. And this guy says, oh, go and get a cover identity, do what you'd like to do. And so what she'd really like to do is join the Mages Guild and work out what on earth all this magic's about, how she can keep it under control. Mages Guild. It's a guild for the arcane arts, and it's where you go to find wizards for hire. Training, goods and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. If you want to be a wizard, join and work your way up the ranks. The Mages Guild here is a better bet than the Fighters Guild. Ranis Athris is the guild steward, so talk to her if you want to join up. She's got a chip on her shoulder, but her apprentice Ajira seems okay for a Khajiit. Let's ask about the Blades, because I don't think we asked about that yet. The Blades. We're spies. We're the Emperor's hidden eyes and ears in the provinces. We watch the Emperor's enemies. We look for opportunities. We make reports, and When the Emperor commands, we obey. But we're only one of the many guilds and factions in Morrowind. You should know a little about Morrowind politics before you get involved with any of these other groups. The groups favouring Imperial interests are the Blades, the Imperial Cult, the Imperial Legion, the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and the Thieves Guild. Groups favouring native Dunmer interests are House Redoran, House Hlalu, House Telvanni, the Temple, the Morag Tong, the Commoner Tong, and the Ashlanders. So hearing it broken down like that, Francine is thinking, which side is she going to fall on? I don't think she's decided yet. So she's a Breton. So they're kind of comfortable with the Empire, but still they have their own kind of culture and so on. So I think maybe seeing it broken down like that will pique her interest. Like, well, do I want to favour Imperial interests, or what are the Dunmer like? She's talked briefly to some Commoner Tong people who are really unfriendly, but not yet made a decision. Alright, thank you, Caius Casades. You can do training as well, can you? Unarmoured speechcraft and hand-to-hand, okay. Goodbye. Right. So, this is where Francine starts to get interested. This is where her story begins. Ooh, it's getting dark. We certainly don't want to use his bed. Oh. Wherever he was, here. If we can avoid it. She's not going to want to sleep in the same room as that guy. Maybe she'll go back to the South Wall Corner Club, because they said they rented beds and they seem nice enough. Let's go there and see if we can get a bed overnight. Are you a beginner in Vardenfell? No, I'm just a little rusty. So I played it once not long after release, and I played it again 5 years ago or so. I played it through, but that was kind of in my before streaming days. I've been kind of really wanting to play it again and share, because this is my favourite Elder Scrolls game. I've played this, I've played Oblivion, I've played Skyrim. I never played Daggerfall or Arena, but I really wanted to share it with people on stream. I usually prefer to do first playthroughs, and this is not that. But I'm just really excited to play it. Nice enough. So her, she's not looking very noble yet, but Lady Francine Monteau, she's a noblewoman who kind of came into magic through a freak accident and is trying to work out what that means. Oh, blimey, looking at her, she really does need to get some more clothes, doesn't she? So yeah, my plan is to stream this alongside some first playthrough. I'm currently doing a first playthrough of Return to Monkey Island, the point-and-click adventure, and then I'm going to go to Dragon Age 2. It's kind of a main first playthrough game, but I'm going to do kind of one stream a week of Morrowind to keep it going, because, like I say, I just really love the game, and I want to play it with other people who also love it. So welcome in. Good taste, thank you. Same to you. Right, beds. We need a bed for the night, Mr. Kloskius. 10 gold for the rest of the day, yes. Very well, the bed is yours for the day. You'll find the door over there unlocked. I trust Balmora will treat you well. Thank you, Mr. Kloskius. Presumably this is the now unlocked door? No? Here. Lock level unlocked. Okay. So yeah, I'm still rather rusty on all the mechanics and so on, but I have played it before and things are slowly coming back. Alright, bed. 9 PM. So she's a kind of early to bed, early to rise kind of girl. So going to bed at 9 PM will work, but she's going to be up at probably 6, which is 9 hours. Yes, so Francine's plan is to go and get new clothes and join the Mages Guild. And I think she's going to get new clothes first, because there's no way she can walk into somewhere that she wants to be taken seriously looking like this. At least that's what she's going to think. Whoops, wrong way. Well, you probably remember the main quest, but not faction storylines, so no spoiler is good. Yeah, if in doubt. I suspect for the factions some of the quests will be familiar, but not all. So anyway, the guides said that up on the hill up here is where the best merchants and so on are, so she's going to start by going up here and see if she can find some nice clothes up here. Is it right up here? It was up on the hill, they said. No, that's somebody's house. Okay. The other thing, actually, I should add to help understand is that when I played it before, I was very much just kind of play the game, find a... No, it's over there, isn't it? I'm turned around. Looking for the posh neighbourhood, are we? Yes, and I got turned around, didn't I? My chat notification is above the compass, but I think I was going the wrong way, because I think that's it up there. On the west. I was confused. Yeah, Lady Francine Monteau very much sees herself as needing to go to the posh neighbourhood. That's where she believes she'll feel more comfortable. But yeah, so when I last played it, I was very much doing just playing the game, finding merchants, kind of playing it as a game. But since then, basically since I'd started hanging out on Twitch and watching other people, I have... Oh, look at this. Cleggiest Chandler Outfitter. I have discovered this idea of actually role-playing a character. It's not rocket science, but rather than trying to play the game just as a game, to think of a character and play the game as the character would. And it means you play somewhat less optimally, but I find it more interesting to play through this way. So that's what I'm doing. Right, Mr. Outfitter, sir. Oh yes, you're looking rather finer than we are. So I'm sorry about our look, but what have you got for sale? Common shirt? Okay, this is meant to be the posh neighbourhood. Apparel. Common pants, common shorts, common shoes. So we're already wearing a common shirt and common pants. I guess we might try a different common shirt, but maybe this blue and blue? There we go. See whether that's nicer, but we were really hoping for a rather higher end outfitter than this. So we'll change into this blue stuff, but we'll keep looking around. Right, any services? Can you tell us where to get better clothes? Well, we should be asking for rumours and stuff as well, shouldn't we? Latest rumours. Everyone knows the Balmora magistrate, Nolus Atreus, is on the take. Thieves, thugs and murderers are getting ridiculous sentences or paying a drake and walking free. But they'll never get Atreus. He's got fat cats and family back in the city to cover him. The Legion champion Larius Farrow over at at Moonmouth Legion Fort, he has sworn an oath to stop corruption, but I don't see what he can do. Is that something she'll follow up on? And that will appeal to her previous life as a noblewoman. Maybe she will, actually. Larius Farrow over at Moonmouth Legion Fort. No, yeah, I find that most of the game's difficulty is knowing what to do rather than managing to do it. So you need some sort of limitations for repeat playthroughs. Yeah, exactly, that makes sense. But even for a first playthrough, I've been enjoying picking a character, and you get to explore some of the things that I wouldn't choose as a player sometime. Little advice. The easiest way to get started is to join a guild. Do their jobs, earn your way up the ranks, get the discounts, training and other services. Gets you out and around in Vardenfell a little at a time. Get to know the country and the people. The guild takes an interest in you, doesn't send you in over your head. The Fighters Guild and the Legion, anyway. The Mages Guild is another story. Some old chair polisher. Doesn't have a clue what he's sending you into. Doesn't much care. But that's where we're going anyway, so forewarned is forearmed. Little secret. Vampires are not as much of a problem here as back in the West. Here, the Dark Elves burned them out centuries ago, and the Temple makes sure they don't come back. Alright, thank you. We need to try on our new clothes. Is this going to look any better? Oh, that's much better. We don't look like a disgrace now. Still look a bit common. We'll have a poke around and see if there are other outfitters up here, but she's much happier with that. What other shops do we have here? This is... pawnbroker. No, that's not where she wants to go. Oh, she's not going to be a jumper, is she? Trader. Maybe not. Not looking like an escaped convict anymore. No, exactly. That's definitely an improvement. Will a trader have any nice clothes? Avir.
Its scent is unfamiliar.
Are you smelling me? Avir knows why you are here. You want to buy Ravir's famous Daedric weapons. No, I don't think so. My boy Ravir got the best deals. Expensive shirt? Now we're talking. That's kind of all she has, I guess. There you go, let's have an expensive shirt. And we'll sell this horrible looking common one. And the pants. Okay. Anything else here? He's only got common shoes. Thank you, please come again. I suppose we could look at his weapons, couldn't we? Devil Spear, Fiend Tanto, Demon Tanto, short blade, one-handed. Well, we're not really thinking about short blade at the moment, but worth bearing in mind. While we're here, what can you tell us about the Mages Guild? That is the same directions we got earlier. Alright, now, I keep trying to press I for inventory. Expensive shirt. Let's try this. That's much better. Now she feels ready to brave the Mages Guild. Which, by some coincidence, is just here, which means she wasn't in the posh district after all. She just thought she was. Right, but since we're passing the Mages Guild and since we have at least one nice shirt, let's go in. Exciting, Francine, exciting. Finally you can find out what all this magic that got dumped on you is about, and how to use it properly. And as the Emperor told you, you also need to be building a cover story to protect you as a member of the Blades. So we actually want to be a proper mage of some sort as a cover story. Right, Ranis Athris, you're the person we wanted. Are you looking for me? You want to join the Mages Guild? What can you tell us about the Mages Guild first? The Mages Guild is dedicated to the preservation and distribution of magical knowledge. Okay, fine. Join the Mages Guild. Yes. You look like the sort we could use in the Mages Guild. Will you take the Mage's Oath and join the guild? Yes, or what is the Mage's Oath? What is the Mage's Oath? Perform any duties assigned to you by the masters of the guild. Learn from them and grow strong. Always share your knowledge freely with other guild members. Never strike or steal from another guild member. Does this appeal to you? Yes, I would like to join. You are now a member of the Mages Guild. Welcome, associate. When you're ready, you can ask for duties to perform. And once you're ready, you can ask me about advancement in the guild. To Cameron, it's cool you actually get to choose if you want to join a certain faction or not, even if most of the players join all of them. Yeah, and again, that's one of the differences, I guess, between the roleplay and a gaming approach, is that in the gaming one you just join them all and you do all their quests, but I once almost roleplayed as a monk. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, the monk can be a really fun class in other games. I've not tried it in Morrowind, though. Right, duties. I don't have any duties for an associate. Speak with me again when you have proven yourself. In the meantime, speak with Ajira. I believe she may have some small tasks for you. Okay. And what else? A little secret. Somebody said Larius Varro over at Fort Moomoth is looking for you. Said he wanted to talk to you. Don't know what about. Well, that's interesting. Because there's also somebody else was telling us about him, about how he's going anti-corruption. And as a former noblewoman, we're kind of naturally oriented towards anti-corruption as well. So is Francine a cat lady looking to make Ajira our pet? I guess she's worldly wise enough to know about the other races. So let's go speak with Ajira, and let's bear in mind Larius Varro as well.
Yes, Outlander, what do you want?
Cat toy going to be purring as soon as we meet Ajira. I don't think I can say cat toy regularly because of the two T's in it. Right, so who else is around? We're looking for Ajira, guys. Akatoy blushes. Have you seen Ajira? We were told she could...
You seem worthy of my knowledge. You may speak.
Oh, thank you. I cannot think with all these interruptions. Please leave me alone. Okay, fine. dear darling.
All right then, I'm listening.
Welcome to Balmora, council seat of House Hlalu. How can I serve you? Oh, that was a rather more polite introduction. We're looking for duties. Speak with Ajira, okay? What can you tell us about the Mages Guild? The Mages Guild... Sorry, I just paused briefly to see if we'd already read this, because a lot of them sound quite similar, but I don't think we've seen this one yet. The Mages Guild is a professional organisation chartered by the Emperor to promote study of the arcane arts, and it's where you go to find wizards for hire. Training, goods and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. If you're thinking of making wizardry your profession, you should join and work your way up the ranks. Look for guild halls in Balmora, Aldrun, Wolverine Hall in Sadrith Mora, and the Foreign Quarter in Vivek. Right, any rumours? We know that one. Latest advice. A good strategy is to paralyse your opponent, cast some kind of touch spell that does damage for a while, like poison, then retreat to a further range to cast your targeted long-range spells. Recast Paralyze if the creature isn't dead by the time they reach you again. Aha! That does sound like a good strategy. I don't suppose you have a Paralyze spell, do you? Little secret. Interested in dwarven artifacts? Fine. Dwarven ruins are fascinating. And there's good loot. Just one suggestion. You find yourself over your head, back out, and go back to running errands and hunting rats for a while. Seriously, those centurions, spider centurions, sphere centurions, steam centurions, they're far too dangerous for most adventurers. Alright, noted, we're still feeling a bit squishy. We will not go to anywhere dwarven. The steam centurion is an enchanted, animated artifact of Dwemer creation. Constructed in the form of an armoured warrior, they are aggressive and dangerous. Scrap metal collected from Dwemer artifacts is rare and precious, prized both by collectors of antiquities and students of metals and enchantments. Alright, but what can you sell us? Spells. Do you have a paralysis? Paralysis, there we go. She's just given us advice to use that. It's only 5 seconds, but could be good. And poison. So, Francine is very much looking for advice on how to use her magic, and she's just been given some which makes sense, so she's going to act on it. So going to get paralysis here, and this is going to take most of our money, but there you go. And poison, poisonous touch. That's on targets. This is on touch. Can we afford that though? We can just about. But that's only for 1 second, so we wanted something that poisons for a little while longer. That's only for 1 second as well. Okay, so she doesn't actually have a poison spell that acts for more than a second. So we won't be getting any of those. But we've got a paralysis spell, that's good. Who else is here? Can you tell us where Alfira is? Alfira? No, that's the wrong game. Ajira. Hello, Lady Francine Monteau. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to give as our name because I thought they'd greet us like this, but that's what we got. I'm Maraine Dren, and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? You can tell us about duties. Do you have any duties? Speak with Ajira. Okay. Can you tell us about the Mages Guild? The Mages Guild is dedicated to the preservation and distribution of magical knowledge. Pursue your studies diligently, Lady Francine Monteau, and the benefits of belonging to the Mages Guild will become clear to you. Alright, well that's what we want. Magical knowledge. We can ask him about being an Outlander. An Outlander is anyone born and raised outside of Morrowind. Most Dunmer think anyone who isn't a native-born Dunmer is an Outlander. Dunmer with Western words and ways are also immediately identified as Outlanders. We're very sensitive to accents, clothes and manners in Morrowind. Outlanders are foreigners, and Morrowind doesn't like foreigners. It's not bad here in Hlalu territory, but on the rest of Ardenfell, folk are very cool to Outlanders. Be patient and pleasant, you'll do alright. We could ask about foreigners as well, follow that one. Since he's telling us about it, this is going to be stuff that we need to know. We don't like foreigners much in Morrowind. We Dunmer are a proud people, and we have good reasons to dislike other races. And for that matter, we don't much like Outland Dunmer, dark elves born and raised to imperial ways, who don't know what it is to be a Dunmer born and bred. Some of us get used to foreigners, we even like some, and adopt some into our great houses. But it isn't easy, it takes time and effort to win a native's trust. I swear, outside of Dragon Age, Elder Scrolls has my favourite soundtracks in all games. just the whole audio environment of Morrowind is so... what's the word? When you look back at things, it's on the tip of my tongue. When you look back at things and you like them, not reminiscent, almost. Anyway, but I really like the sound, the music, just the clicks and so on that the UI makes. It also takes me back. I love it. Nostalgic, thank you, no. Yes, nostalgic. It must be a bad brain day. Right, while he's telling us all this useful information, let's ask about the great houses. Must feel good getting your English tips from a Frenchman. Are you French? That's one of the great things about something like Twitch, is that so many people speak English. I have it really lucky, even though I can't always remember the words. Great houses. Dunmer membership in a great house is a matter of birth and marriage, but imperial colonists may become retainers of a great house, or may be adopted into a great house. Alright, so that didn't help us much. Right, we've asked him about duties. Do we have any rumours? Latest rumours. Do we know that one? Little advice. Join the Mages Guild, yes. Little secret. Dwarven artifacts, yes. Okay, so what spells do you have for us? Almost none that we can afford. We've got an unlock. But should we get unlocked now? Not sure. It's useful to have at some point. Alright. Let's carry on trying to find Ajira. Who's this? By the way, I do actually know where Ajira is. It's just that Francine doesn't. Massalini Merian. I'm Massalini Merian, the Breton, guild guide. I provide instantaneous transport between various mage guild halls on Vardenfell. What is your destination? I can also help with local information. Do you need services? Are you looking for some specific place or someone in particular? What can you tell us about the Mages Guild? We know that. Destinations. I can teleport you instantly from our Mages Guild here in Balmora to the Vivec Mages Guild, or the Aldrune Mages Guild, or the Caldera Mages Guild, or the Sudrith Mora Mages Guild. Don't think we're looking for specific places or services at the moment, but do you have any rumours? More about Larius Farrow. The Legion champion Larius Farrow over at Moonmoth Legion Fort has sworn an oath to stop corruption. He hasn't had much luck going through official channels. The syndicates have got their people covered, coming and going. He'll never get anywhere working through the system. He's going to have to find someone who can get him around the system, or through the system, like straight and hard through the system. Alright, that might not be us, but we should definitely talk to him. Little advice: if you're heading into the backcountry, always carry a couple of Restore Health, Restore Fatigue, Cure Disease and Cure Blight potions. Alright, worth bearing in mind. Little secret, talk to everyone, yeah. Good secret. Alright, what spells do you have? Bound things, got some reflection, spell drinker. Well, we don't have anything, so we're still looking for something like a poison that lasts for more than 1 second. Alright, and here...
Muthsera?
Muthsera is Ajira, finally. No, could you please showcase your build since we started looking at spells? Are we restricting to only major minor skills, or is anything fair game as long as it feels right for homegirl Francine? So, we're not restricting to major and minor skills, although obviously I guess she knows that the major skills are better. But you are right, actually. What I should have done was seen what school the poison was in. I didn't look at that. And the one we also got, the paralysis, is illusion, which is a major skill. We should have looked at poison as well. We'll go back and check that in a minute. But yes, so the build, we took... I wanted to play one of the built-in classes rather than kind of totally fine-tuning everything. And mage was the closest that I could find to Francine's background. So in the backstory I wrote, she was using conjuration, so I might have to update the backstory slightly to do something with illusions or something. So we got mysticism, destruction, alteration, illusion and restoration as major skills. And then the interesting minor skills, I guess, conjuration, short blade just in case, I guess. She won't wear any armour, she's got unarmoured. And then alchemy and enchantment she hasn't really looked at yet. But I'm not ruling out using other skills. I'll try to see what she wants to do and take it from there rather than restricting other things. But this is kind of the rough shape of the character. We are Breton, we're a mage. Where's the... Here. So as a Breton we get Fortify Maximum Magicka, Resist Magicka, and we took the sign of the lady, because we're a lady, which gave us fortify personality and endurance. Actually, personality makes sense for her. She has been a noble woman for many years, and so the personality will have come to some extent, I think. Anything else I should show you? I think that's the summary. Any other questions? Breton under the sign of the lady. Yes, good summary. Right. Ajira. Oh, maybe we should try playing in third person. I usually like to play games in third person. What brings you to Ajira's shop? Do you want duties from Ajira? Do you want the local brews or help in a fight? Some Telvanni bugmusk? Or a way to reach the high places? Alright, we came for duties. The other things sound interesting too. Yes, Ajira has duties for you. Before Ajira can be a journeyman in the Mages Guild, Ajira must study local mushrooms. To finish Ajira's report, Ajira needs samples of Luminous Russula, Violet Coprinus, Bungler's Bane and Hyperphasia. Ajira knows you can find all these on the Bitter Coast. The easiest way is to go south along the River Odai until you see a wooden bridge across the river. Get out of the river there and find a path west over the hills. Blimey, so we're going adventuring. So suddenly, Francine's thinking, all of these, what people have been saying about adventuring and taking the right potions and so on, suddenly it's relevant. So now she's thinking, where can I get healing potions and cure disease potions from? She's not really been an adventuring lass until now. So let's ask about these mushrooms. Russula comes from a short, smelly toadstool which is brown on top. Violet Coprinus comes from a long-stemmed toadstools which glow blue at night. Bungler's Bane grows on trees and sometimes other things. Looks like the tree has brown shells. Ajira warns you not to eat Bungler's Bane. And Hyperphasia looks like Bungler's Bane and grows like a shelf on trees and other things. Hyperphasia is safe to eat, but make sure it's not Bungler's Bane. Hence the name, I guess. Sounds good, thanks. Many different spells available will be interesting. I'm trying to pay a bit more attention in this playthrough, so actually pay attention to what we're doing, so we shall find. You can tell she speaks from experience about the Bungler's Bane. You could well be right. What else do we need? Let's ask about the Mages Guild. That we've seen. Oh yeah, she was offering us all these things. So, local brews? Yes, Ajira sells Matsi, Flynn and Sujamma. They make you as strong as a Kaguti and half as smart. Puts hair on your face. Yeah. Francine saying, nope. Help in a fight? Ajira sells potions of restore health for when you're bleeding. Potions of restore fatigue when you're weary. Alright. Some Telvanni bug musk. Ajira does not like the Telvanni, but even Khajiit like the smell of bug musk. Try some and smell how all the men like you. We're not really focused on that right now. Right, so what do we got? So, cure common disease. Let's have one cure disease because we were told we'd need... Oh, actually, hold on. How much do they cost? 20. We can probably manage that. We're told we needed one of those. Cure paralyzation, cure poison, water breathing, water walking, swift swim, disease resistance, standard health potion. We were told we needed one of those. Was it cure poison, the other thing they said? I think it was. And restore... in fact, no, let's... Do I just undo it? Let's go and actually look up what we were being told. Can we do that somewhere? What's in here? Topics. Little advice. Here we are. Restore health, restore fatigue, cure disease, and cure blight potions. Okay. So that's what we're going to ask Ajira for. Cure disease. Cure blight was the other one, and then restore health and restore fatigue, but we don't think we want restore fatigue because we're not going to be working on that. But we'll certainly have restore health, and they don't... Ajira doesn't have a cure blight, presumably, which makes sense. Yeah, no. And nothing else here that we need right now. So we'll just have those, please, for now. Okay. So we have our first duties. Have we? We can sleep in the guild, haven't we? Have we been told we can sleep here? I'm not. We must have done. Must have been by somebody. Join the Mages Guild. Training goods and services are cheaper for members. No. Sure, somebody said we'd be able to sleep. We could try it when it gets to time. Fat. Let's just try it now because I want to know what the time is, and that's the only way I know to find the time. 9 AM. Okay. So it's very early in the day. That's fine. Are we ready to go adventuring? Francine, what do you reckon? We've been told to look for mushrooms. We should be able to do some mushroom finding. Is there anything else you wanted to do? You could ask this lady about her poison spell again. School destruction. I think we have... Did we have destruction? Yeah, there we go. So we could get the poison spell. Maybe we should do that because that was the suggestion, even though it's only one second of poison and it's on target. We can't afford poisonous touch. Touch would make more sense though. She's right. She did say to do it on touch, so we'll wait till we can afford the touch one. You have all schools, I think, no need to worry about those. I think you're probably right because we got 5 and then conjuration as a minor skill, and there are 6 schools altogether, aren't there? Right, so we're going out for our first Mages Guild duties. Great running animation, isn't it? Right, come on then. Ah, that's the guild supply chest though. So we can use that, can't we? Don't know whether anyone's told us about that, but I think I'm just going to take that as general knowledge. Carry weight, we're doing alright so far. There's a book here, some soul gems, cure disease, divine intervention. Somebody said to take divine intervention. Alcimi intervention. We've got a potion of cure disease, so we won't take those at the moment. Restore magicka. Going to be useful. Fortify willpower. I will leave for now. We'll raid that again later. Right. We're definitely kind of newbie going to find mushrooms mode. So, let's check what she says. Ajira asked me to bring her samples of 4 types of mushrooms and get to the swamps of the Bitter Coast by following the River Odai south of Balmora until I see a wooden bridge. After I pass the bridge, I should look for a way over the hills to the west. Alright. So where's this river gone? So down here? Going to be down here somewhere, isn't it? Let's go doing some adventuring. Finally, we can stop talking to people and do some adventuring. Need to be on the other side to get out. Don't know how Francine feels about doing adventuring. I think she hasn't tried it yet. She probably thinks it's terribly romantic. Oh no, we don't need to be on... How do we get out? Must be over the other side of the Silt Strider, maybe? That looks like there might be a road over there. Right. Yeah, she's never really been adventuring before, so at the moment she's not really sure what it involves. But I'm sure very soon she'll be making up her mind about what she thinks about it all. I don't know whether she's going to enjoy it. So where's this river? We need to follow the river south. Is there a path anywhere? Not as such, no. So I guess we'll just kind of go along the side of the river here. Can I... Oh, we can move sideways, but there's no key bindings to rotate, okay. Oh, it's nice not to have to read for a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. This has been quite a reading heavy stream as we've been getting started. They won't all be that reading heavy, but I do want to pay attention to the lore and to what's going on and to kind of make the most of all the information that's in the game. Flowers. do some flower picking. It's things like that that got Mrs. Stone really annoyed with me when we were playing together. That I kept stopping to pick things up and try and sell them and so on. Right. So what's this thing here? I think we'll ignore it. It doesn't look like it's anything interesting, but who are these guys here? We'd better go and say hello, hadn't we, Francine? Can you get over this rock? Yes.
All right, I'm listening.
Right. I'm a miner in the Shulk egg mine, but I'm getting some fresh air. Any rumours? At first, it seemed the fuss about the Nerevarine prophecy was just silly superstition. Then I learnt that the Dunmer have been waiting for Lord Nerevar to come back for centuries. The Incarnate, they call it. Every few years an Ashlander appears and the tribes call him the Incarnate. Then the temple goes out, hunts him down, and reveals him as a fake. Why does the temple worry so much about it? People are so nice to you. That's not the Morrowind I remember. We have relatively high personality because of the sign of the lady, and I'm sure that's helping. But also I know there's a lot of difference in tone between the kind of the little things that you ask and the things they say. And sometimes, well, we heard it in the council club, where the bartender said, "Hello, welcome in, blah blah blah," and you say, "Well, can you give me some latest rumours?" He says, "No, ask someone else." Where are all the people calling you a swit? That will presumably happen more as we get more into the other regions. This is the nice Imperial-friendly region. But yes, Nerevarine, I guess we'll be hearing more about later. I've never seen a successful adventurer who didn't carry a couple of divine intervention scrolls with him on long expeditions. 2 reasons. Emergency exit, and it lets you move a lot more loot than you can carry on foot. And faster, goes without saying. Right, divine intervention scrolls, I think we just... Did we pick some up? I can't remember. I'll check in a moment. Otherwise, there were some in the Mage's Guild chest. We'll get them. Little secret. Kwama foragers and warriors won't attack us, since they're used to our smell. But they attack intruders. And you smell like an intruder. There you go. That's rude, right? But don't worry. The Queen squirts out foragers and warriors like seeds. If the foragers and warriors bother you, kill them or run past, whichever's easier. But do us a favour and don't kill the workers. They won't bother you, and we need them to keep the queen laying and the eggs ripening. Alright, nice. So workers won't bother you, but everyone else fine to kill. Alright, but I think that's all we want to say to you. And I don't think she's so interested in egg mining she's even going to bother talking to the other guy. So, let's carry on. Now, what were our instructions? Because this was the bridge, right? Did we just find a bridge here? Yes, wooden bridge. So... after I pass the bridge, I should look for a way over the hills to the west, which is this way. So we want to get over the hills here somewhere. This looks like it might be a way over the hills. We're looking for the swamps to find mushrooms. Okay, so the mechanics and so on are coming back to me. In the bottom left there's a green bar, that's fatigue, I guess. And if we walk, then it slowly builds back up again. And if we run, then it depletes. But we're going to run because it's boring walking everywhere. Right, over the hills, this looks like a swamp, doesn't it? Look at this. Look at this. Suddenly over the hills, we end up somewhere swampy. Oh, and I was going to check as well, did we pick up... yeah, divine intervention we have. That the guy was just telling us about. So, we can get down here, we won't be able to get back up again, but hopefully we can get out somewhere. Do you have the original DLCs too? Yes, I do. I've installed a mod which stops them triggering so early. So, they were kind of designed to... oh, the one that added bitter coast sounds. Don't know about that then. Interesting question. I thought I had everything, but I don't remember seeing that in the list. Let me have a quick look on Steam. I got Morrowind Game of the Year edition, which I just assumed included all the DLCs. I know it's got the 2 new areas. Includes Morrowind plus all the content from the Blood Moon and Tribunal expansions. Doesn't list any DLCs on... I would have to have a look then. I don't know whether they're included in this as Game of the Year edition or not. Bitter Coast Sounds, Adamantium Armour, Fort something, etc. Yeah, I don't know, but I will have a look. It's a good question. Well, that was a sound. Oh, that thing's attacking us now. So what can we do? What magic do we have selected? Fire Bite. Let's try what we were told. Paralysis. Paralyze for 5 seconds on touch. There. Now, what have we got? She said to use poison, but I don't think we bought it. Got a Fire Bite on touch, which only does one thing, but it's better than nothing. Alright, this is the one we got. That worked. That was maybe, in fact, overkill, but there you go. We've tried out our new strategy. And we get some crab meat. Alright. Now, we were looking for mushrooms. Some that grow next to trees and some that grow on trees. This looks promising. What's this? Luminous Russula. Oops, I didn't mean to jump. Yeah. Good. And some violet coprinus tip. Look at that, that's perfect. Now we need some that are shelves on trees. Obviously this isn't one, but we can do more collection. What do we think Francine thinks about being in these swamps? Because as a Breton, she probably hasn't been anywhere like this before. So far, apart from that one crab, the mushrooms have been handy. Is it stinky? If it's stinky, she might not like it. The sound effects are good. Yes, we go. Draggletail doesn't have anything. Ooh, a draggle, an ampoule pod. Okay. I left a link in Discord, Stone, for easy identification. Thank you. Since you say left, is something to look at later? Or shall I grab it? Grab a look now. Oh, what's one of these? Got a Fire Bite, so let's ready that. There we go. Aquama Forager, okay. Get some Aquama Cuttle. So all the names of these materials are so... What was the word no came up? Nostalgic, yes. Nostalgic was exactly the right word. Some more violet coprinus, I shall have a nice jump. We need some shelves on trees though. Trees have shelves on. A nice little wade. No, I think she doesn't like this because it's horrible and swampy. But nice views. And she's also managing to use some magic and actually achieve something that she wants, which is nice. Shelves on trees. Bungler's Bane and Hyperphacia. As a runner, whenever I hear Hyperphacia, or anything with fascia, I think of plantar fascia. Well, I suppose it's fascia, not fascia, isn't it? It's got an S in it, but it just keeps reminding me of that. Which is, it's the tendons underneath the foot, but that's where a lot of runners get injured, particularly if you try to increase the mileage faster than you maybe should. Mine's alright at the moment. Now, still haven't seen any shelves on trees. Maybe we were looking in the wrong place, or for the wrong sorts of shelves. Oh, athletics increased, that's nice. Still no sign of shelves. Here's a path. Oh, that's kind of nice. Let's check our notes. Bungler's Bane. Whereas on trees and sometimes other things, looks like the tree has brown shelves. Don't eat it. Okay. Oh, here's the... So this is the Bitter Coast, I guess. The actual coast bit. From a time when they were called plugins, not DLCs. Blimey. That is a long time ago, isn't it? Right, so we've gone too far towards the coast. But look at this coast. The water is not vanilla. But it looks beautiful. And the view distance is not vanilla either. But... can we get a picture of ourselves standing on the edge there? Here's me on my holidays. Taking something. Maybe with the... looking out to sea? Or with the sea in the background? There we go. Nothing is vanilla except the textures. At least from what I can tell, graphics-wise. The textures and kind of the character models and so on. But you're right, it's all kind of... it's taking the original textures and graphics and rendering them at much higher resolution. I believe. I think... that's probably the only change though, right? So... I did look at things like mods for different fonts and so on. I decided that was taking it too far. I didn't want to change that much, so the journal fonts and so on are the same still. No, does it mean Ajira is kind of expecting you're going to eat the other raw mushrooms? It's a good question. Should we try it, maybe? Maybe we should. I love the OG feeling Morrowind has. Kind of reminds me of Silent Hill with its fog. Even Oblivion looks great without distant land enabled. Or maybe I should try it again. The distant land was... I enabled that last time I played. I played for a while without it and I enabled it and just loved it. But you're right, actually. It's not as vanilla, is it? I think Francine is kind of enjoying this trek in a swamp, but you ought to buy new shoes when you get back. You have a very good point there. We still haven't seen any trees with shelves on. Let's make sure we're properly in the swamp. This is where I stop worrying too much about role-playing, start thinking, am I actually being dim as a player? Am I missing something obvious? I usually use MGSE, but I keep the viewing distance only ever so slightly longer than the original. Oh, I found the sea again. But that's just my taste, of course. Yeah, and you are making me question my kind of previous life's decisions, as it were, because like I said, I didn't try it without this time. I just thought, oh yes, last time I tried this, it was much better with the large viewing distance, so I should do that again. Is that another rat's going to attack? Oh, there's a... oh. Go. Looking for the rat. There's a door in this pool, though. That's intriguing, isn't it? I think we're a bit bored of looking for mushrooms. Let's have a quick look in this lake, though. Draggletail. Get bitten! Rats did nothing wrong. Rats did nothing wrong, Francine. It attacked us. We weren't just going to leave it to do that. Cavern door to Zanabi. What's in here? On our nice trek through the swamp. Let's go find out. But let me, as a player, I realise that we haven't saved for a little while, so let's just do that. Not into Zanabi. It's down here. I recognise that door from last playthrough, but I have no memory of what's down here. And no idea what we're about to find. A rat? Let's get our magic ready. What's this? Go. Oh. Oh dear. No, that's bad. That's bad. I think we're just running away. Since we can only just defeat rats, I don't think that we're going to be able to defeat whatever that was. Unless we have any invisibility spells. Run for your life, Francine! Happily, they can't operate doors. Unless we have any invisibility spells or anything, we could go and be a little curious. We've got Chameleon. I don't imagine we have enough magicka for invisibility yet. No. Alright, so put that on the list. She's just seen somebody using magic offensively, and she wants to know more, but she knows she's not strong enough to attempt that right now. So back to looking for trees with shelves on. It's getting dark though. This is really ridiculous. I just can't find the mushrooms. And now we've got all these long shadows that look... I guess, yeah, Decameron, you're right. This is not... This is far too swanky graphics-wise to be original Morrowind. Oh, there's a shelf! I've seen a shelf! Maybe we could... for the next stream, maybe I'll rewind the graphics down a bit and see how it looks. Hyperphasia? Good. And another one. So we're in an area where trees have shelves. That's encouraging. You know you're right, do you? You're right. I'm aware of it. Any more shelves? Just need some Bungler's Bane. This wizard was casting spells with wide area of effect. I wonder what kind of tutor would help me learn such advanced tricks. Oh, exactly. And also, and the Mages Guild will help us learn magic, but it's not necessarily that they are the only people who can help learn magic. And if that person might be persuadable to talk to us, then maybe they could tell us more. Now, over there, there's an animal which looks rather bigger than the rats, and I think we're going to kind of try to avoid those at the moment. I might do a safety save as well. Right. Trees with shelves. Trees with shelves. Around here there was one tree with a shelf, so let's see if we can find another. Is that the tree we saw? I think that's the one we just raided. Let's have a look. That was kind of my intention to come back to the same place. Yeah. Okay. But maybe around here? Any more shelves? I should see if I can find... Maybe I should be writing a journal. Oh, good. Maybe I should be writing a journal with some of the things we find. I nearly said maybe I should look for a mod that lets me put notes into the Morrowind journal, but I can't. Oh, hello. I can't both be vanilla and using mods when I want them, so I guess I shouldn't do that. Right, she's getting cross now. She really wanted to be home in bed before the sun went down, and here we are still looking for trees with shelves. Not where we wanted to be. But there you go. Oh, it's actually getting dark. It's actually going to be hard to see the shelves any minute now, so you could put notes on the map at least, on the pieces. Hmm? No. Although interestingly, I assumed it would have put Zanabi on the map, on local maps, and it doesn't seem to have done that either. Oh no, Zanabi, there it is. Oh yeah! You can, you're right. Right, edit note. Is a powerful seeming magic user in here. They attacked me. If I could sneak in or somehow talk to them, could they teach me anything that the Mages Guild can't? Ah, and then you get this little red bot. That's cool. I did not know that. Thank you. That's kind of a bit. Not quite as much as being able to inspect items in Dragon Age though. Shelf. You got a shelf? No, you don't have a shelf. Who's got a shelf? We really need a shelf. There's a shelf. I can see a shelf. What's that glowing though? That must be the violet coprinus or whatever, I guess. Or is this an animal? We have here. Oh, it's a luminous. Oh yeah, the luminous one. Luminous Russula inner tree. You know what they say? Bunglow's Bane. Yes, we can go back. We can go home. We don't have to come back again tomorrow. All right. Back home. Where did we come in? Odai Plateau, Balmora. So we need to go back towards the river, I guess, since that's where Najira sent us. So yeah, east and maybe south, and then see if we can get across. I learnt what did I use for that? I think that emote was the first thing that looking around for a way to do that was what put me onto DaVinci Resolve. I've been having a lot of fun with Resolve since. Can we get over the hill here? Try and eat it. We could at least, like you say, pretty sure that's what Ajira asked us to do. No, can't get out there. We could try and eat some of the others at least, couldn't we? Maybe when we get back though. We're not going to eat things in the middle of the swamp because it's dark. Eat random mushrooms from a swamp. Sure. Oh. There we go. We just need something that we can walk up. Can we walk up here? Looks like we might be in luck. Not without a fork. No way, exactly. That wouldn't be proper, would it? Eating mushrooms from a swamp without a fork. Is this taking us back to the river? Yes, in the end. Hopefully. Unless I'm reading the map all wrong as well. Yeah, this is looking quite rivery. Nice. Right, so back up the river to Balmora. Surely my boy Ravir sells all proper silverware to eat like a distinguished lady. We should maybe talk to him a bit more, because he seems like he might sell all sorts of useful things, but I do wonder where he gets them from. I had forgotten actually that when we get further, there's the build your own house. It's part of the Great House quest, isn't it? So we'll have finally somewhere that we can put stuff. I did a no-world map run once. It was amazing for me. All of a sudden, all those directions from the journal, as well as the signposts, became infinitely more valuable. That sounds like really good fun, actually. Yeah, I did a with Subnautica that I know very well. I did a no compass, no beacons run, which is kind of a similar thing. You rely on environmental cues to find out where you were, and that was really, like you say, it was really good fun. It kind of forces you to interact with the small scale of the game, doesn't it? Here we are. This is where we need to be. Poor old Francine, she's done a lot of walking around today and going in the swamp. Presumably the shops will be shut now. She'll have to get those new shoes tomorrow. Pretty much, yes. Immersion level over 9,000. That's a lot of immersion. Yeah, only for the Great Houses questlines. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, hello. You're looking a bit funny. Okay, so back to the Mages Guild. Which is on the middle street here, isn't it? Because we should be able to sleep there, I guess. Right, we have ads coming up. I'm also kind of getting to the end of the time I wanted to stream for. In fact, I've streamed slightly longer than I intended to, and my throat is getting somewhat sore from all the reading. Oh, for a narrated game again. I think it might be a good job I'm only playing this once a week. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to sleep here. Maybe we should take the mushrooms back to Ajira. I was going to do that tomorrow morning for roleplay reasons, but maybe we'll do it now and then we'll sleep afterwards. Alright.
Greetings.
Mushrooms. Has Lady Francine Monteau found the mushrooms Ajira needs? Do you have samples of all the mushrooms? Yes, here they are. Yes, these are all good samples. Now Ajira can write the report and be a journeyman of the Mages Guild. Ajira has made potions for you to take in return. Ajira is no great alchemist yet, but Ajira thinks you can use these. 4 cheap restore health potions, yes. Alright, so let's call that a night. She's not going to go shopping for new clothes because the shops will be shut. And we'll call that the end of the stream. That's a good kitty. Very helpful as well. Right, so we're going to rest at 10 PM. But we still want a nice early start. 7 AM we'll start, another 9 hours. There we go, and that is where we will leave it.